Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our channel that always presents interesting content about Islam. In this video, we will discuss the story of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who sent letters to the kings of the world to invite them to convert to Islam. What were the contents of these letters? How did the kings respond? And what lessons can we take from this story? Watch the video below until the end. The Prophet Muhammad used several methods and strategies in preaching Islam. In addition to direct preaching, lecturing, giving speeches, or giving sermons, the Prophet Muhammad also used letters. Prophet Muhammad wrote letters to several kings, tribal chiefs, and leaders around the Arabian Peninsula so that they would leave their old religion and embrace Islam. The response of these rulers when receiving a letter from the Prophet Muhammad varied. Some followed the Prophet's invitation and some refused and even killed the messenger sent by the Prophet to deliver the letter. Here are some of the reactions and responses of the rulers to the letter of the Prophet Muhammad. Firstly, King Heracleous, ruler of Eastern Rome, Byzantium. Heracleous was known as a powerful king. Under his rule, Eastern Rome had a vast territory. He managed to defeat Persia, who tried to invade his territory. Even attacked back to the heart of Persian territory. Heracleous also managed to take Palestine and establish his rule based on Christianity there. It was Dawah al-Kalbi who was assigned by the Prophet Muhammad to deliver a letter to King Heracleous. Dawah delivered the letter to the governor of Basra to be delivered to King Heracleous. After reading the letter from the Prophet, Heracleous gathered the princes of the kingdom. Initially, Heracleous is said to have believed the truth brought by Prophet Muhammad. However, since his princes and subjects did not want their king to become a Muslim, Heracleous retained his old religion, Christianity. On one occasion, Heracleous also talked to Abu Sufyan bin Harb about the Prophet Muhammad. In that conversation, Heracleous asked several questions related to the Prophet Muhammad, from his lineage to his character. Abu Sufyan confirmed all the questions asked by Heracleous. In the hadith narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, Heracleous admitted that the Prophet would come out. But he did not think that the Prophet appeared from the Arabs of Mecca. Had I known that I would come to his time, I would have been eager to meet him. Had I been in his presence, I would have washed his feet, said Heracleous. Secondly, King Negus, ruler of Abyssinia. Prophet Muhammad ordered Amr bin Umayyah ad-Damiri to deliver a letter to King Negus. The king welcomed the Prophet's messenger very well. He also knew that there would come a prophet, after Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him. So did King Negus embrace Islam after that. There is a history that states that King Negus finally embraced Islam after that incident. There are also those who say that King Negus only did good to Muslims, including providing ships for them to migrate to his territory. Another narration also states that this Negus was not the Negus who embraced Islam and whom the Prophet Muhammad prayed Gabe for when he died. The third was Al-Muqawqis, the great Coptic ruler of Egypt. Al-Muqawqis welcomed when Hatib bin Abi Baltar came to deliver the letter of Prophet Muhammad. He then asked several questions about the Prophet Muhammad. Among them was why the Prophet Muhammad did not pray for the destruction of his people who expelled him. He was like Jesus, peace be upon him, who did not pray for the destruction of his people when they tried to overtake him, Hatib bin Abi Baltar replied. Satisfied with Hatib's answers, Al-Muqawqis wrote back to Prophet Muhammad with great respect. He also gave the Prophet a number of gifts, including 2 Coptic girls. One of them was Maria al-Qibtiyya, who was later married to Prophet Muhammad. In addition, Al-Muqawqis actually knew that there would be a new prophet sent by God. Initially it was thought that the new prophet would come from Sham, but it turned out to be from Mecca. The fourth was Munzir bin Sawi, the ruler of Bahrain. Al-Ala bin al-Hadrami was assigned to deliver a letter to Munzir bin Sawi. The ruler of Bahrain accepted Prophet Muhammad's invitation to embrace Islam. However, Prophet Muhammad warned the king not to force anyone to embrace Islam. For Jews or Majusis, they were still allowed to settle in Bahrain, as long as they paid jizya for security and welfare. Fifth, King Kisra, ruler of Persia. King Kisra's response was so harsh when he received the Prophet's letter brought by Abdullah bin Hudzafar as-Sami. He immediately tore up the Prophet's letter after knowing its contents. When he learnt of King Kisra's response to his letter, the Prophet prayed that Allah would tear his kingdom apart. Not only that, he also wrote to his governor in Yemen, Badzan, to send 2 of his strongest men to Prophet Muhammad. After a while, they both arrived in Medina and handed over Badzan's letter to the Prophet. The Prophet smiled upon learning the contents of the letter. They were then ordered to go home and return the next day. Tell your friend Badzan that my Lord killed Kisra, his master, tonight, 7 hours ago, Prophet Muhammad told the 2 messengers. Sure enough, it was Kisra's son Shurya who killed him. The power of the Kisra Empire was also eroded little by little, until finally it disappeared completely after losing to the attack of the Muslim army in 637 AD, or 8 years after the Prophet prayed. In addition, Prophet Muhammad also sent letters to the rulers of the regions around the Arabian Peninsula. Among them was the governor of Basra, Shurahbil bin Amr al-Ghassani. But unfortunately, Harith bin Umar al-Azadi, the Prophet's messenger in charge of delivering the letter to the ruler of Basra, was killed before reaching his destination. Another narration says he was killed when he arrived in the presence of Shurahbil. And Harith was the only messenger of the Prophet who was killed. This is the story of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, who sent letters to the kings of the world to invite them to Islam. From this story, we can learn several things, among others. We must follow the Prophet's sunnah in preaching in a wise, gentle manner, and in accordance with the conditions and characteristics of the people we invite. We must be patient and tawakkul in preaching, because not everyone will accept our invitation. Some will support, some will oppose, and some will be silent. It is Allah who guides whom He wills. We should be grateful and proud to be the people of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, who is a blessing for all of nature. We must strive to emulate his morals and teachings in all aspects of life. Thus this video, hopefully it will be useful and add to our knowledge about Islam. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.